Once again, I would like to thank the Hot 120 Hot 120 degree staff for allowing me to come out to discuss the hot topics. Um, I appreciate you bringing me out. For those that don't know me, I'm Mr. H, and I just try to present the truth and the facts on things that are happening in the world, um, around the globe. So today, we want to talk about identity theft from space. Yeah, I didn't say from your work computer. I didn't say from your church. I didn't say from you going to the restaurant and the guy stealing. I didn't say from the black web. I said identity theft from space. Yeah, it gets deep. Um, the United States may have their first space crime on the books. This is an interesting story. It's about two people. Um, they both had worked for NASA in some form. One no longer works for NASA. She's into real estate, but the party that's being accused, which is Anne McClain, allegedly, I'm using the word allegedly, uh, committed the first space crime. Now this gets deep. So here's somebody that worked for NASA, and when they went to the International Space Station, which is outer space, they allegedly decided, to take their cell phone and computer and tap into uh, their spouse's bank accounts without their spouse permission. This is deep. Let me give you a little bit more backdrop on this on the situation. So the person on my left is Miss Summer Warden. The person on my right in the space uniform is Anne McClain. These two are going through a bitter divorce. Okay, and it's been going on for some time now. And Miss Summer Warden has opened up a new account in which Anne McClain in the space suit doesn't necessarily, according to Miss Summer, have permission to go into the accounts. Okay. Um, Part of this divorce is also, which this is interesting to me, is I think a 6-year-old child. I wouldn't show pictures of the child because I don't believe in putting uh, people. I believe in keeping people's children out of things. But there's a 6-year-old child that Miss Summer had 1 year before even marrying Anne McClain. Now, what I'm trying to say is that this child was in Miss Summer's life before Anne McClain uh, was married to her. So supposedly, we can conclude that Miss Sumner probably had this child by a guy prior, and then got involved with Miss Ann. Um, and now Miss Ann is fighting for, she wants share custodial rights. Now that's interesting to me. Is if I had a child that was my child before me and you even got involved, in my mindset, how dare you even put in the divorce share custodial rights? Like, how do you have rights to my child that was my child way before you was in the picture? I don't even get that. This is some real live drama stuff. Well, so it's been a bitter fight. And I guess if like any other divorce, they're fighting over money, they're fighting over property, they're fighting over custody. It's a bitter fight. So allegedly, Miss Anne McClain in the spacesuit, right, has been acting as a busybody, which means that when she was in space, not thinking that Earth will be able to track it, you know what I mean? It's like Pluto talking to Mars, you know what I mean? You know, not thinking that Earth will be able to track it. I mean, I want to see the accounts. I'm not going to do it on Earth. I'm going to go way out in space and try to tap into these accounts. Well, she was able to do so from space. And so it's allegedly. She's saying she had permission to do it, and she's also, there's also some reports out there saying that she didn't do it. So I say allegedly. I'm not speaking like I was there. I wasn't out in space with her when she decided to tap in. Uh, this Wi-Fi thing ain't no joke. They're tracking that thing way out into the stratosphere, the uppermost atmosphere, out in space. So if you're gonna do it out in space. So you figure nobody else would know that you did it. Well, anyway, they tracked it. Um, and so she's denying that she did anything wrong. NASA only speaks to her good character, good employee, good worker. They're not allowed to speak on any personal issues. Um, again, we're not concluding that she did it or not. We're just saying that everybody's trying to be cautious about protecting the identity from people on Earth. We may have to create some policies where we can protect our identity from people that travel out to space. And so this is going to be very interesting how this plays out. Um, it's amazing that you can tap into you had the capacity to tap into a bank account from outer space, that far out of reach. So that lets you know there's a lot of other stuff that's probably been going down out of space that we don't know about. And the thing about this is, if she committed the crime out of space, what law did she break? There are no outer space laws that we know about. So this makes this even more interesting. And this is why this is saying this is the first space crime to happen. We don't know how this is going to impact the divorce. We don't know how this is going to impact the custody. We brought it up because it's it's allegedly identity theft, and all of us should be concerned about that. We just wanted to bring the perspective of, don't just be concerned about it regarding people on Earth. You need to start being concerned about it regarding some of these people that's going out of space. And I'm not saying that people go out of space and tap into stuff. It's just interesting to me that you could be so far out of space and still tap into somebody's bank account. That is interesting to me. As far as Anne McClain, we wish you the best in your case. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. Uh, but if you did do it, obviously you was being a busybody. And like the good book says, don't be a busybody. And again, the other interesting dynamic is her fighting for shared custody of the child when the child was supposedly, based on our research, the child was Miss Sumner's child prior to their involvement, uh, at least prior to their marriage. Be careful on Earth and in space. You can't escape the long arm of justice. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell so you can be notified every time we post new content. Peace.